Hello, every binary, and welcome to Monsterhearts 2, the Institute. We are going to be playing setting, a setting uh, skeleton, for lack of better words. It's more set up than your normal Monsterhearts small town, but it's not so crunchy that there is no room for narrative flow. It is called the Institute. It is based on the Harvey Milk schools in the United States, which are schools for LGBTQ identifying students and some allies. This school is, in our world, it is more akin to Monster Prom, Spooky High, or the X-Men Academy, in that every student is a monster of some kind, flavored by the Monsterheart skins, of course. And we're using this monsterness, otherness as a metaphor for queerness in the world. So, unlike normal Monsterhearts games where the monstrosity may lie just beneath the surface for a few sessions, here you may be dealing with a bully that can literally spit fire. Fun. I am Sawyer, also Ferret. I have created Skin Deep for Monsterhearts 2. I'm hoping to get this in a Gauntlet Codex issue eventually. Speaking of the Gauntlet, this is being run on Gauntlet Hangouts. If you have never been to the Gauntlet, check it out. They have wonderful people. These three here, I all met on the Gauntlet, and I love them to death. They are great players. And we will be joined by some others as the time goes on, all editions from the Gauntlet. But check us out, Gauntlet space, not space, hyphen RPG.com. And with my introduction and business spiel out of the way, let's get to knowing our players. Peter, would you introduce yourself, your pronouns, and whom you are playing?
Sure thing. So, hi, I'm Peter. I use he, him pronouns, and today I will be playing Cisco Drake, the dragon skin. And yeah, he's he's the cool kid around school, but in a boarding school like this, cool is a little bit of a different feel. I feel like he's very much. He's pretty friendly to just about everyone, and doesn't have a reason to get on anyone's bad side. But if you get on his bad side, he's not a pushover. He'll clean things up nicely. How much further do you want me to go into that?
Since we're first introducing the character, would you describe like which moves you took and like your look and your eyes and your origin?
You got it. All right. So starting from the top, my look is gorgeous yet approachable. My eyes are emerald eyes, and my origin is I'm everyone's bestie. So stats wise, I've got a +2 hot, -1 cold, +1 volatile, and -1 dark. And for moves, I took obviously the one I have to take as a dragon, Draconic Splendor. Until you are given a condition that makes you unfashionable or unpopular, main characters subtract 1 from rolls to harm you, and side characters cannot harm you through reactions. And Bring Me the Princess. You speak and people listen. Make a reasonable request for an item or someone's attention, and you get it by the next scene at the latest.
Thank you. Sławek, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Sławek. I use he, him pronouns. And tonight I'm playing Cassandra the Harpy. Cassandra the Harpy is kind of not quite the queen, but maybe at least a princess. She seems to be very involved with judging everybody, and her words and actions often mean, while she herself is not on the top of the popularity list, she is kind of the kingmaker. She can decide who rises and who falls by the whim of her sympathy. She has a raptor beauty around her, with stormy eyes, and her origin is Storm Incarnate. She seems to be quite cold and volatile, but not very hot or dark. And the moves I've taken for her is Defiler, which allows me to choose extra options when I shot someone down, and Elegant Egotist, which allows me to use Cold to turn someone on as long as that someone has a condition that I placed on them.
Thank you. And last, but definitely not least, Rich, please introduce yourself and your party hardy character.
You bet. Hi, I'm Rich. I part of the Gauntlet, have been for a while, and part of the Plus One Forward podcast. So very happy when I saw an opening for a PBTA game, especially one run by Ferret. I am playing the Ferret skin, which this is the first time I've gotten a chance to play this skin. It's kind of the skin that I've wanted in my, not every part of Monsterhearts has to make me want to cry and go crawl in a corner. So I'm pretty excited about that. The character's name is Margot Murphy, and I am shamelessly using the imagery of a character named Polly Geist from the Monsterhearts, or not, Monster Prom video game that is one of the inspirations for this. And I figure, why not? It's like the best. She is hot +2, and when she makes people laugh, she can add +1 to that. So she's very good at getting people's attention and holding it. And she also has the ability to occasionally be cold, but she tries her best not to do that. She is not a fighter, and she tries to avoid those dark moments. Her look is that she is a ghost, and her skin is a light blue-gray. She has a rave-ready body and wears her hair in a ponytail all the time, and as little clothing as she can get away with. Her eyes are clever and the same color as her body, and she often wears playful, like a light pink lipstick. Her origin, which is one from the Ferret, which fits perfectly with where I see the characters, hiding the pain. So often she is the vivacious party girl. She has a move that allows her to get any mundane supplies for a party or event. So that never works out poorly at all for anyone. But in quiet moments when she's all by herself and doesn't think anyone is watching, she becomes a little bit more withdrawn and reflective, and probably failing to gaze into the abyss because she has a -1. So that's Margot Murphy. I even went with alliterative name because why not?
Thank you very much. And with that glorious start, I think if we're ready, we can go around and hand out strings. This will be a bit different as we have some other players coming in, perhaps. So if you feel like one of your options may be savable for later, feel free to do that, and we will work with the other players as they come in. I believe 2 of you have options, at least, that will be very good for this game. So going in character keeper order again. Cisco, would you like to read us your strings?
I would, yes. The first one I have is you have a best friend or a crush. Give them 2 strings on you. So I think that it's a best friend maybe leading towards a crush, and we'll find out. And I wanted to offer that up to Margot, if that's okay.
Oh, yes, 100%. I couldn't hit the mute fast enough. Sorry. But yes.
Great, cool. You gain 2 strings on me.
And your other boring option?
Boring, yes. People want to be seen with you. Gain 1 string on every main character. So.
Okay. Cassandra, read your questions or whichever background string prompts you'd like to.
So I can take 2 strings on my favorite victim. And I'm not entirely sure if I have a victim here. Perhaps it could be Cisco. But whether that's
We will at least be getting a hollow in, which could be someone with an invented past is very fun to, very popular to make fun of.
I think I'm going to save this one, even though it's supposed to be to my benefit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take strings on people. And I publicly embarrass the powerful enemy, and they're itching for revenge. So we take a string on each other, and I think that's definitely Cisco.
Do you want to decide like what the embarrassment is, or learn that through play?
I'm happy to learn it if Peter's happy to learn it as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've found certainly the best things of our characters on the fly, so why not?
Okay. And Margot, again, like the dragon, you do have a boring option.
I'm hilarious. Gain a string on everyone. Just remember, this is the character, not me. So if my jokes suck, you have to pretend that you like them because Margot's saying them. Plus 2 hot, guys. Plus 2 hot. And the other one is you made someone cry. Give them 2 strings. So who wants 2 strings? But I made you cry. 2 strings, bro. Come on.
I mean, I feel like we might be best friends because of some point you made me cry, or we can wait. We can wait.
This seems like one that should be waited on. This is my take. I'm the MC. I don't have final say. I'm not a dungeon master, but I think it would be funny if you made Cassandra cry.
Funny for everyone but Cassandra.
Oh, of course. I'm not considering you at all, Cassandra. Just the drama.
I'll live with it, I think.
Okay, take 2 strings on me.
See, I'm helping you. I'm getting you those strings with no narrative drawbacks.
I should have said you cried when you asked earlier about how you get more strings. Just cry.
Yeah. Yeah, and unlike yours, this wasn't public, perhaps.
Ooh, I think it was like in the dorm. What do you think Margot made Cassandra cry about?
I actually have no idea what you could possibly do to make me cry.
Maybe that's a play to find out thing?
Could be. Another thing is maybe Cassandra's just so manipulative. She realized if she feigned hurt at something that Margot said, that she'd gain leverage over Margot. If you think, yeah.
These don't have to be real tears.
Yeah,
these could have been fake.
Alligator tears.
I'm kind of thinking that Cassandra might have cried because Margot is not entirely in her grasp. Like, she can put people down, but if she puts Margot down, it's going to bite her back.
Oh yeah, you're just too funny to hate. How dare you, Margot?
Or maybe you give me too many opportunities to hate on others, to be hateable. I don't know. I don't like any of these, to be honest.
Yeah, we can play to find out if you'd like. Okay. Before the break, I have a few character prompts for everyone. Cisco, who is the head honcho of the school, student-wise, and how do you feel about them?
Okay.
And remember, just for all those not playing who weren't here for the introduction, this is the institute. The characters you create for this NPC students are going to be a bit more, I won't say gonzo, but creative than normal, and they do not need to follow the set skins that are the players have to follow. Continue, Cisco.
Yeah, so I think it's Duke, and Duke is a werewolf. And he is just I think part of it is the fact that as far as everyone is concerned, I think at the school, like, he's a part of a pack of werewolves, and he's basically the alpha here. But I think the rest of his pack that doesn't necessarily like go to this school, and so I think he's actually kind of I think he's secretly a beta werewolf instead of an alpha. But there is no alpha, so by default, he basically, yeah. And because of the fact that he's not a full alpha, he doesn't necessarily have all of the confidence needed to be like the actual leader, but everyone just kind of looks at him and goes, yeah, you're the head. Go ahead.
Like, what do the others think? Like, is he as popular as you, or is it only like in? Is he popular because he's a werewolf, or is he leveraging leveraging how he is as a beta that just happens to be an alpha here? Like, how do you how because this is like the head honcho of the school. How do you gain the others' respect?
So, I think it's the fact that he's gained the others' respect through his alpha.
Oh, is this like a legacy thing? His parents were alphas?
Yep.
Oh, and they sent him here because he was a beta at home. You've got to learn.
Right. And so he continually tries to exercise power that he doesn't actually have. And I think for the most part, on my end, I kind of leave him to his own business. I don't mind him that much unless he directly interferes with something that I have planned, and then I very much we have a talk with very few words and a bit of, convincing.
Draconic manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, I know you made the joke earlier, but occasionally I do spit fire.
Good. Okay. Margot, who's the biggest prude in school and how do they chafe you?
Ooh, biggest prude in school. Huh. I'm gonna say that the biggest prude in school. Oh, it's terrible because I'm going to go with her name being Prudence. I'm sorry, but like it's just the first thing that came through, and I could go look at my Story Games name book, but it's just so good, and it will be a good thing for me to key on. I think that Prudence chafes because she loves to point out the flaws in Margot's terrible plans and ideas, very logically, calmly, just poking holes at every bad, bright idea that Margot throws out, and also just a bucket of cold water for everything that Margot seems interested in. And I totally want to use the Medusa character from Monster Prom, if that's cool. Can't remember.
Vera? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this works very well because in Monster Hearts 1, one of the third-party skins of the Medusa lore was a group of like promise ring, purity ring kids.
Really? Oh, that's
yeah. It was one of the few third-party skins that was actually pretty good. But yeah, you judged others.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll write down Prudence the Gorgon. Oh God, I think she's so prudish. Even her gaze doesn't turn you to stone. I mean, her gaze can't get you stoned. It's just how it is.
It's a withering gaze instead.
Okay. Yeah, Cassandra doesn't have. I'm gonna switch your question a bit because I think the Duke is kind of a big threat. Okay. Who is your biggest fan, toady, sycophant, whatever you want to call them, in school, and why do you deem them willing and like good enough to be seen with you?
Hmm. It's a good question. So that does that have to be like a second in command, or just someone who tries to suck up to me?
This can be a second in command. This can be like a hype person, someone like that just like reacts to everything you say, or like this could be someone who like gets gossip for you and brings it to you just so, like you say like a nice thing to them in private. Like this can be how you want to like.
Okay, so I think there's a guy called Stripe. That's how we call him, and he's a vampire who I have some dirt on. And he gets to be pushed around by the fear of that dirt coming out, making all sorts of fuss. So he does things for me. Sort of, he's this completely banned from ever disagreeing with me. So if I see him that he's looking at me funny, and just, a one death stare reminds him of his place. And I kind of like it, but also I'm not sure if I like him as a person. Just think that this is silly, and that's the only way I can tolerate him around in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Everyone gain 1 string on the NPC you created. And after you've done that, please go to the dorm and study space. In the dorm, these are you will all be. This is a progressive school. We know we're a boarding school of monsters. Things are going to happen. We're not going to section you off into like mono-gendered rooms because we're not that prudish. We're actually just more realistic, I think. So we're going to be sharing a dorm. Feel free to claim a bed. This is an open dorm, and I think like because monsters are like some vampires can't go out into the sun, so some people take night classes and sleep here during the day. Uh, some people are more like it fits this. It'll be like different schedules. They may be in there sometimes. They may not. But like, there's probably not like a set bedtime or curfew or anything. And this is very English boarding school. Like, you'll have like a small cubicle of space. Like you'll have a cubby to put your stuff. You'll have a small closet, a desk, a computer, anything you want to bring from home. Probably Margot has like a junk drawer full of Twinkies, ho-hos, and cocaine.
You guys, I don't get fat now. It's the best.
I'm so proud of you. Good job. I'm really, I'm glad you've discovered that.
Okay, and I want
Cassandra's stuff and also Cassandra's stuff.
now I have a roommate prompt for people, and I'm going to go in reverse order that I did last time. And Cassandra, which roommate misses home badly, and how do you treat them?
Sorry, was that for me?
Yes, which roommate misses home badly, and how do you treat them?
I think there's some sort of a kid, perhaps a serpentine. They seem to come from like large nests or whatever. And then I don't care what he's called. He's already been doled out the punishment for being a sissy.
You don't. Could you repeat that?
Cassandra herself doesn't care what he's called. He's already been doled out the punishment of the city for his weakness. He's not part of the machinations. He'll never be. Doesn't matter.
So you just. Oh, okay. So are you saying you treat him
how
like
I treat him?
you treat him like he does not exist?
Or
Is that what you're saying?
there's me. There are people like me. There's peasants and 50 feet of crap, and then there's him. Just there's no point. There's no point interacting with such a failure.
Gotcha.
I think the name's Chip.
That's almost what I put for his name anyway, so this is good.
What was it?
Jesse.
Okay, I see. How is that similar?
Well, you said Jed, didn't you?
Chip.
Chip. I'm sorry. Then I misheard completely. There's nothing like Chip. Okay. Margot. Which roommate would never squeal on you, and why not?
Ooh. Hmm. Now I will look upon the story game's name. Hmm. I think it will be Grace is her name. And Grace would never squeal. I imagine Grace is also a formerly dead, but she's like a reanimated dead, so maybe like a ghoul, but I don't want to, claim the skin in case somebody was really interested in it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's like, as formerly living, have to keep together is what Grace says, and Marco's like, yeah, sure.
You're part of the Undead Girls Club. Does that mean I get to do more drugs? Yes. Sweet! Okay, and Cisco. Which roommate is super cool, and how are they cool? You should know. I mean, you're the paragon of coolness.
Oh man. So I think oh man. I think that wait, are you talking about for me or?
I was joking, but yeah.
Okay. No, I think it's Sammy. I'm trying to think of what she is. I think she's actually a witch. And I think man, why is she the coolest? I don't know.
Maybe maybe she actually doesn't care what people think of her. That kind of effortless cool. Maybe she
yeah.
she cast a spell.
I mean, I think that I think it's a mix of that. I think it's Sammy being a witch, she has this effortless way of being cool, and to the point where where people joke, it's like she's cast a spell over like a lot of the school itself, and only a few select people, including myself, and I think if some of the others want to know too, that's fine. That she does sort of have an ongoing was literally in the middle of a thought, and I just turned and I'm like, what is going on in the chat? I'm so bad at concentrating.
But like, I think like what you were saying, like the rumor is she's cast a spell on other people. The truth is she's cast a spell on herself.
Oh. Yeah, but the thing is that I think, for me personally, I've seen her without the spells cast because she gets up pretty early to recast them.
Ooh.
And she honestly doesn't have that much to worry about, but she does get a little self-conscious about it. That's like the one thing, though, because anyone like, and it's more of a self-conscious thing for herself. I don't think she lets it affect her what anyone else thinks, but she's just trying to give herself an easier time. She's not like changing her grades or anything. She's just,
Yeah.
she's not like everyone else in the sense that like she's not a literal monster, but she's,
She's a witch. It's kind of like the way I see witches in the Institute is kind of like the bisexual kind of like they're in like one world and another for a lack of a ham-fisted way of putting it.
No, I like it. I like it. A very nice and unintentional way for me to go, boom, yes, more of that.
Yeah. Okay. With these NPCs created, I think
Also, can I retcon Chep into something different?
yes.
Because I think that the idea of him just being some guy who misses home is kind of almost cruel. I don't really want to go into that direction with Cassandra.
Oh,
Not
okay.
too much, at least. So I'm
Uh,
thinking that perhaps Chip could be clearly a monster. He doesn't know what yet because it hasn't manifested. So he's on the bottom and he misses home because there's all these crazy monsters there. What do you think? Like maybe he's been prophesized to become a monster. We tested him and he's positive, but we don't know for what.
I like that. I'm trying to think of like what that like going through monster lore in my head real quickly, trying to think of. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like that. It seems like very comic-y, very like, and I think like people are making fun of him because it is very chosen one prophecy, and chosen ones don't have a good reputation here.
Yeah, that might work. And it's also kind of like a metaphor for being gender fluid or something like that.
Or if you want like a sort of like the out of, but like a sort of using the Unity Lovelace pregen, like maybe like like it's the monster controlling a body from another dimension, and it's like they like Earth, but it's not quite like home. But this that seems a bit too complicated for me. I like the.
I think he might be an infernal, but he just doesn't know yet.
Ooh, there we go. And do you want to treat them differently than you did before?
No, I think that works. When he manifests, that might change. That might be a drama point.
Gosh. Oh, and that could be a fun part in school. Yes. Yes. That won't threaten anyone's popularity when someone gains new powers at school.
I mean, it's whatever.
Okay. With these characters created and close to top of the hour, I think we should take a break here. Be back 15 after the hour. We will do maybe a bit more NPC work with like teachers, custodians, that kind of thing. Set up where we are in the classroom and do like at least a maybe like a pep rally or something, or set up for like the prom to come at the final game of this run. So, yeah. See you all after that.
wrong button. Do you guys mind if I finish my dinner? Okay, cool.
I was going to say I would have minded more if he didn't eat. People need to eat. Stay healthy. I mean, at least one of those two things.
I have a cat. Come on, look at the cat. No! Stop being be fluffy on camera.
Which one?
That's Maisie. She's my
I
eldest.
thought so. I thought so. Maybe.
She is being purful and needy.
I mean, when else isn't she?
A lot of times she sleeps a lot. She's old. Anyway, let's get to the final NPC questions. Please place yourself wherever you would like to in... Oh, let me do one thing real quick. Place yourself where you want to in class. And I will give you the prompts for the curators, the authority figures. If I can see past this cat. I'll just throw these out. Answer how you, if you want, and after you answer, your turn is done if you'd like. But who heads the gym dimension, and how do they run it?
So I think the gym teacher is some sort of an incorporeal entity. And most students make fun of him, and for right reasons. I mean, if he doesn't have a body, why does he insist on making all those squats and burpees and whatnot? But he understands quite well that most of the students are going to be savage and feral and monstrously strength, regardless of whether they attend gym class or not.
And how does he run the gym dimension? Is he a rigid teacher? Is he more lax? Do the students joke around because he can't really do much to them?
I think he's tough but fair. At least that's how he sees himself. He has complete control of the dimension, so he can kick you out just as much as a normal gym teacher would. Only he can literally teleport you out if he so desires.
Okay, I don't know if you've read Doom Patrol, but I love that you just basically made Danny the Street the gym teacher.
I don't know what that is, Doom Patrol.
It's this comic that equates superpowers with like mental illness. And one of their base is a sentient, genderqueer drag queen street that teleports.
Mm-hmm.
And who fought the American government with a drag queen army and won. It's a weird comic. I'll just say that. And I don't think this gym teacher is that weird, but I like that like he is the dimension. Like, you know, he can't do much outside the dimension, but apparently he controls it very well.
Yeah, it's like, welcome to my gym. I am the gym kind of vibe.
Yeah, like this is I like this is a very creative use of the institute to me. Okay, next question. Who is the caretaker for the school mascot Cracky the Kraken? Do they like their job?
So, you know, I think actually this is where we bring in Pebbles the Golem.
Oh no! But they can't swim, can they?
No, but what you don't know is that inside the costume, they also have like inflatable floaties that they wear.
Oh no! Cracky the Kraken is a real Kraken. Who's the who's the caretaker of the mascot?
Oh no! Oh, I got mixed up when you said mascot because I usually think of someone who dresses up.
This is like the mascots of like college campuses.
Oh
Like
god.
but instead of a pig or a cat, we have a Kraken.
So I think Pebbles is a unique golem in the sense that he's been specially trained to deal with the Kraken.
Oh, I love like Coral and Pumice Golem. Like
Yes.
it just sinks down there, like rubs again, like pets the Kraken to exfoliate its skin and cleans the cage out.
Yeah, and you know what? I think let's just do something completely different with this. And I think he actually really likes this job. I think he feels like he's doing a real service, and he and the Kraken get along famously. Because I feel like always the stereotype is, oh god, I hate my job. Why do I have to do this awful thing? And I just think it'd be great to have Pebbles be like, no, this is great. And like,
I get paid to exercise. I stay buff with like this cool Kraken.
Yeah.
And get paid.
Yeah. And just like, people could make fun of him, and he's like, I mean, you can do the job.
Do you want to pet a sea beast at so many fathoms?
I mean, be my guest, but also, I'm not responsible for any injuries that may occur.
This reminds me of something with this trainer. There was this, like, the largest elephant ever in captivity, like the British Zoo. There was this one person that it respected. And anyway. And Rich, the question that has been saved for you. Which authority figure is a human with a sweet, caring past and attitude? What do you think of them?
Wow, didn't see that coming. That's very fascinating. I think it is the I think it's the guidance counselor. And the guidance counselor's name is Trinidad. Yeah, I like Trinidad. We'll go with him, Trinidad Tullison. There we go. And Trinidad's as a go. Just type that in. Trinidad Tullison is the counselor because he's completely mortal. And what was the other question? What does Margot think about him?
Yeah, what do you think about him?
She has her suspicions. She thinks maybe he's a plant. He's just too nice. He's human. And he keeps asking her to talk about her real feelings, so she's just turned that into a whole conspiracy theory. Mostly so she can come up with excuses not to go talk to him about her real feelings or anything like that crap, like it actually helped anybody. She's dead. She doesn't even need to worry about that.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. So we have a few more authority figures, a good roster of NPCs. And I think if everyone is ready, we can do a bit of role playing for the rest of the session. Okay. We're going to start off with a hard framed scene. Everyone's going to be in it you may choose how you enter, as fashionably or unfashionably as you choose, but we're hard framing at a pep rally. And unlike mini schools, these pep rallies actually go all out. Like when you have Naga dancers and Apsaras playing music, things can get pretty crunk. And pep rallies are a chance to not go to class and get entertained. And it's pretty boss. And today we're talking about prom. So I think like the where everyone's going to the gym dimension for the pep rally because it's so much easier to clean up the dimension when the dimension cleans up for itself. And I think the gym dimension is sort of like a Harry Potter school esque thing, but instead of it being like this noblesse oblige kind of painting, it is a Tony the Tiger poster that you go up to, and you have to do like the Mr. Atlas pose, or just some kind of like show that you are here for the gym to get entrance. And I think like today the poster is just open because it's a pep rally, so you don't have to embarrass yourself by flexing before you go inside. And and I want to know with yeah, I think I will ask a few questions with oh, well, wait, before we get too far into this, I forgot to do lines and veils. I have played with you all, so I think I know the basic lines and veils. Let me type them into chat to make sure I have them. Does that seem good? Okay. So yeah, the pep rally is getting like when you get close to the poster, you can hear like some placeholder music from inside. One of the beautiful nymphs from Buddhist lore playing a flute, and another one playing a harp. Um, I'll let if you would like to frame yourself coming to this gym dimension. I will let you. Does anyone want to mayhaps run into someone or just make an entrance?
I don't make entrances. I'm just there.
And so you get to the poster. I think this is a glorious day for Cassandra. I don't think Cassandra ever does do the muscle poses for the poster, does she? She just it knows.
You just enter as if it's not a thing.
Yeah, and so like this is not a special day for Cassandra. She just walks into the poster. There's this brief odd feeling as uh like you're it may like Margot would say it's like discorporation, but you don't know what that feels like. But it's a weird feeling, and you're suddenly in the gym dimension. There are several bleachers with kids who have come in, sitting down, some talking near the stage. The stage is set up with several banners, several like mentions of prom 2019, and there's like a little voting table for the themes this year, and yeah, is what do you do?
I think I'm observing who's entering to see if there are any interesting events. I'm not here to do the pep rally, that's for peasants. I'm here to see how the important people act and then judge them.
Sounds wonderful. And yeah, I believe Duke is definitely here, and he is just like you can tell he probably posed for the poster anyway because he's that kind of dude. And he's next to the voting tables, and he is just talking. Yeah, I mean, like my parents were prom king and queen their year, and I mean, if whoever I go, like, it could maybe be you if you vote for me. Just like laying it on thick and just very. It is a hair away from like mansplaining to people why he should be prom king.
I look from, I look up from my smartphone. So, excuse me, you've been talking to me. Sorry, I don't get reception here, but I thought you were going to stop if I pretend I'm using it.
And Duke looks sort of shocked. Is like, Cassandra, aren't you interested in who's going to be prom king or queen?
The real one or the one that the peasants vote for?
You can only become it with the
Yeah, think
votes. I
about
don't.
it for a moment.
And he thinks for a moment, and he
Candy
looks.
crush noises.
Yeah, he looks a bit confused, and like, are you saying that popularity is more important than votes?
I'm saying it's nice to afford everyone a vote at such an event, even if it's meaningless.
But if they don't vote for me and I don't get prom king, like, what if Cisco gets it? Like, everyone likes him, but why?
Cassandra has this massive grin on her face. Like, that's something I'd like to know. What if he gets it?
Well, it would be like, Cisco. What year are you? Like, from American freshman to senior, what year would you be?
So I was thinking either junior or senior. For the sake of this, I'm gonna say junior, actually.
Yeah, and he look like, if he wins, I'm a senior. He's a junior. What if he gets a senior girl or a senior guy or Unity Lovelace? She's an abomination from outside of space and time. And they are so like, they can do things that tantric people would write about for years. I need to get this lucky.
I'm sorry, I thought that you understood the first time I said you're not interesting.
Ooh, are you shutting him down?
I think I've been for a couple minutes now.
I think you have to. Poor man hasn't been checking it. So yeah.
And I rolled a 7.
Okay, I believe with Defiler, you get 2 options.
Yes, and the one is from the filer, and the other one is from the regular list, yeah?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so do they have any strings on me?
Nope.
So I gain a string on them.
Okay.
And also do they have does Duke have a gang?
Duke is one of the most popular kids on the sports ball team.
I assume that
he has a group of friends.
So,
So yeah, narrative, yeah. So I take it
let's keep it for later. He gains the condition befouled.
Ooh, good. Yeah, and I think like what really sinks this in is like you're born and like you just press the final Candy Crush thing, and it's like, next section coming up, and just sort of like, and like the fact that you're just so dismissive of both the game and him just crushes him.
Also, he gets to do something for me because it was
Yeah, the 7 to 9. I think like I'm going to use a character from the pre-gens, Alton, the unicorn.
Mhm.
He's a goody guy, but he's one of those good guys that's popular because he looks out for other people. Even Duke. And he comes over and just looks you up and down like, well, obviously, if you're too afraid to put yourself up for prom queen, that's fine. And I'm going to give the harpy the condition chicken.
Oh, right. That's an excellent pun.
And I think this is a good, like, right as, Cassandra's being called out. Is anyone there to notice? I mean, it looks like it's a gathering of some popular people. It looks like it could be something some trickster had been watching.
So Margot didn't realize that this was for the pep rally, so she shows up in her gym clothes and poses like, and then she's let in, and she gets to hear a little bit of this, and then as soon as she hears that Cassandra's a chicken, she giggles, and I'm like, oh, damn, that was. Are you going to take that? That's terrible. Dookie's mean. Dookie, you should be nicer to Cassandra. She puts razor blades in apples and stuff.
And Duke looks like a dog that's been told he's a bad boy. And it's like, I didn't say it. Alton's the one who called her a chicken, and Alton's this statuesque Greek, let's say like track runner, and his arms are folded. And it's like, I just call him how I see him. I put myself up for prom king vote. I don't mind if I'd lose to Duke.
Yeah, well, like, okay. Sorry.
And Alton sort of grins at Margot. It's like, no, it's no problem. And he like looks her closer. Like you can tell he's checking your eyes out to see if you're high.
Oh, so high. So very high.
So I think I'll take this lull in the conversation, and I think, as you said, there was already sort of a popular crowd there, and I think part of that crowd parts a little bit, and Cisco has been hanging out there basically the whole time, and he's just kind of it's not even that he necessarily moves towards it. It's just that the crowd suddenly seems to part, and it's like he's always been there, and he just kind of looks over at what's been going on, and he just kind of like goes, so are we really going to start this before the votes have even been tallied?
Yeah, Duke looks again like still those sad dog eyes. Like the votes start today. You have to have your campaign ready.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put a light hand on Duke, and I just go, Duke, buddy, it's fine. Relax.
It's not my fault. Cassandra's being mean.
See, Duke, that's why he's gonna win. He's nice and cute.
That was out of character, I promise. Like, I just wasn't expecting that. Oh, God.
Ooh. And Alton looks over at Cisco and nods. Like, I'd say more societally handsome, but yeah, he's got a good shot.
That sounded like a compliment, and I'll take it.
And Alton sort of like holds his head high, like, I'm very secure in my masculinity.
Believe me, that was not something I questioned.
And Duke is sort of fused and looks at Cisco's like, are you going to vote for me? You can't vote for yourself.
Duke, we've got a long way to go, and I'll end up voting for whoever I think deserves it. That's not to say it won't be you, but we'll just see how things go.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, Dookie. At least half of my votes will go your way.
You only have one vote.
Psh, that's one man, one vote. So you
Yeah. I think what she's trying to say is, she can't vote for you for both king and queen.
That's like even better than I was thinking.
Oh, are you shutting him down?
No, I'm not trying to. I
And
was just being like, I think that's what she means. It's
And,
unintentional.
no, and I think Duke looks like, I didn't sign up for prom queen.
God, I feel so bad for him.
I'm just gonna I still have the one hand on Duke, and I'm just gonna kind of turn to face me and put both hands on him and go, Duke, whatever happens, never change.
But I get really sweaty.
Okay, screw it. Can I roll to turn someone on?
Okay. How are you doing this?
I think it's just a simple matter of Cisco's actually making direct eye contact with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and roll plus hot. So that's my plus 2. 2d6. Here we go. Yeah, let's go there. That's a 6.
You have a string on him.
I will use that string.
Okay, he's already acting awkward and confused. I won't choose that option.
I appreciate that.
And I know. And Duke smiles like, oh, if you sign up for prom queen and I win prom queen, king, we would make an excellent couple. It would be like a cool power couple. I promise, if you sign up for prom queen, I'll vote for you.
Duke, there is almost no way that I can say what I'm about to say without somehow sounding a little bit like a dick, so I apologize. I don't think I can sign up for prom queen. But that's because I'm already signed up for prom king.
Oh, that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't, like I said before, I don't think you can be both. Okay.
That's really smart.
I know.
Also, prom queen has already been decided to be Uton.
Yeah, Alton looks sort of pensive. It's like, if I was a queen, I would slay the house down. Don't try me, girl.
Well, okay then. When's this pep rally getting started?
And like the dimension, I think like actually like, lifts up under each of you and separates you, and you're suddenly like near the bleachers as the gym dimension has gotten tired of your fucking shenanigans. I will say Coach Dimension has gotten tired of your shenanigans.
Okay, that's my favorite thing ever. Coach
Wait, so are
And
we on the bus now?
no, you're not on the bus. Like, you're in bleacher seats.
Oh, coach just in the right.
Yeah, like the dimension, like either teleported you to the seats or what. And I think Cassandra,
Okay,
like,
I just thought that coach dimension is made entirely out of buses. Okay,
oh
carry
no,
on.
no, yeah, no. And the if you look at the NPCs, the principal, Sir Frederick Corbin, is coming out on stage. He is dressed immaculately, but casually. He does not have on his old fancy uniforms, his fancy suits. He's left that life behind. He looks like from 30 Rock, the "Hey fellow kids, what's up?" just without the try hard attitude. Like it's very tweed, like yeah, tweed casual. Just looks nice, and he comes up, taps the microphone, loud hissing screech for a moment, picks up. Hello and welcome everyone at Institute Site A. We are all glad you're here, and like someone from the bleachers, woo, prom! I'm glad you're excited. Please hold your excitement. And then like some more kids start talking. There's rumbles again. He sighs and waits as the clamor dies down. Like, we're here to announce, yes, there is prom. There are several themes that you can vote for. Uh, Prom will, as usual, be held in Coach Dimension's uh, cousin Party Dimension. Uh, Luckily, Party Dimension has promised to allow Coach Dimension to chaperone. So you can tell like this may be aimed at Margot and Margot's buddies. It was like, so no shenanigans will, please don't spike the punch. Please don't, you know, please do not get the sirens high on angel dust. Please do not, remember Molly is a name, not a drug. Just goes through a spiel. And he will, I'm going to do something I've seen Jason and David do. I'm going to ask each of you to give me a prom theme suggestion that can be voted on. Peter, are one of the prom themes?
Oh gosh. God, I don't know. I'm not great at like prom themes because I've always kind of avoided those. Um. Oh. Oh. Um. So I think one of the themes. So you know how sometimes for prom, it's like, oh, dress up as like, scary creatures or whatever. I think my suggestion for a theme is the inverse of that.
Oh, Cleaver realness. Like come dress as your favorite come dress as your favorite like human person kind of thing, or
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
oh god, human prom. Lovely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's like Cisco's idea, but that's Peter's idea.
Margot, what prom theme struck your fancy?
Oh, well, I mean, we do have a Kraken, so the under the sea theme appeals.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I've been told I smell like fish anyway, so.
Enchantment under the sea. The punch bowl looks like a clamshell. And
Margot's been having Kiss the Girl for a while, so.
Yeah, Cassandra, what prom theme didn't suck the least?
Great battles of history.
Ooh. And so he mentions the themes that can be voted on. Does he list? No, he does not list out who can be voted for prom king and queen yet. He'll say that some people have already put their names up for voting. It is still time to get your name in the running. And then as it's like more and more, like the school band comes out, plays some songs to get the pep rally going. The school dancers come out. It's no, not the Monster Mash. Uh, it is very high schoolish. Like it's better than class, but eh. And by the time like the pep rally ends, most people's thoughts are on prom because in this boarding school there are few, like you can't go to your parents' house and throw a rager for a weekend. So the school run parties tend to be pretty popular. And some people already seem to be pairing off. Some people already seem to be um, deciding who they'll vote for from like the Cisco, Alton, Duke triangle. And I'm wondering, Cisco, you're pretty popular. Has anyone approached you for a date already? I mean, there are some FOMOs in this school.
Yeah, no FOMO. Um, um, I I think it's fear of missing out. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Maybe there's been a few. My thought is that I think there's been a few indirect ones, and Cisco isn't oblivious, but for varying circumstances, hasn't noticed. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't think he's thinking to himself, "Man, is anyone going to ask me out or anything?" But I think it's also just like,
But you're not being crowded by people as you leave the gym dimension.
I mean, I don't think I'm being crowded more than usual.
Yeah. And does anyone want to leave with Cisco or like pile out with him? If
I can
not,
do.
okay. Yeah, so I think like you as Cassandra looms closer, some of your crowd begins peeling off Cisco as the storm front comes. And oh, let's say that at least Grace is staying around. And I don't think Sammy really is afraid of Cassandra, at least with the magic cast. So those two will be. And Cisco, do you know? Like, are you the first to notice Cassandra coming up behind you?
Yeah. I think I notice, but unless there's some sort of direct interaction, I'm not gonna tell her to go away or anything. She hasn't done anything.
You're so nice. So Cassandra, why are you approaching Cisco? Do you have something to say? Something to take?
Oh, I think I'll. I just want to ask him something.
Yeah,
Like,
go ahead.
tap his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, sure. I think I've been saying something to like Grace or whatever, and I turn around.
Yeah,
Oh.
it felt like a claw. It's like a pointy sharp.
Ooh.
And, talony thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Cisco.
Yeah, what's up?
I was just wondering, who are you going to prom with?
Huh. I haven't thought of that, actually. Was maybe going to go stag, thought that would be fun.
So, was that?
No. It wasn't like I shut anyone down or anything. Like, I just said...
No, out of character, I have no idea what you said.
Stag means going by yourself, like going as a bachelor, not having a date.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry for the context.
Right, thank you. Well, you don't necessarily have to do just that.
Well, no, but like... I mean, just... I don't know. There's... Everybody seems to, like, wanna fight over this stuff, even if they say they don't. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear. We'll see.
And what do you want?
Are you addressing Margot, or I just want to make sure I understood the pronoun use?
I was addressing Cisco.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, real quick question. Margot, are you there?
Yeah, I think she's hovering around, intently interested in the answers to this because you're her buddy.
Yeah. Okay, good, because that does actually change my answer a bit. And I think that it's like, you know, I have some ideas of what I want, but we'll just see how that goes. I'm not really sure.
Cassandra takes Cisco's face in this talony grasp. It's almost like a caress, but it's sharp.
Yeah.
She's like, just be frank with me for a moment. What does your heart truly desire? I suppose I could roll for turning on.
I could see this being either turning someone on or gazing into the abyss. I mean, they're both your worst stat, but
I would like Peter to decide how that affects him.
I think it's gazing into the abyss. I don't think I'm necessarily phased by the caress itself, but it's the talons part that's almost a little unnerving.
Fair enough. Okay. I've rolled a 10, despite the stat.
okay, that's a 9. Oh, or is it? Was it an 11?
I've rolled an 11, and then
Okay.
minus 1.
Oh, good. So, Peter, I'm going to have to ask you something about Cisco.
Yeah, sure.
Who's his dream date?
Margot?
Yeah, so I think like your talons are stroking his face. You like see into his eyes, and you see his eye, the pupils and the iris dart towards Margot. Margot reflects in his eyes, and you can see the emotions, and like you can see the desire just flicker in there for a brief moment. And like even if Cisco doesn't know, Cisco has desires, and those desires are Margot. So you take +1 forward to leveraging this against either of them.
So Cassandra looks intently into the eyes, and then as the vision hits, she recoils, and then slaps Cisco across the face with the talony claw. And like, see, that's why you're number 4 on my list. And that's all.
Are you lashing out physically, shutting him down?
Probably, or running away. Probably go 3.
I would say you can choose from one of these moves to do. Like this can be just a slap that leads to you running away. This can be a slap that does no damage and is shutting him down. You could be hurting his precious face.
I think I'm lashing out physically, but only if it removes my chicken.
It will definitely remove your chicken,
Yeah, so
but you will take -1 forward because of Draconic Splendor.
Oh?
The Draconic Splendor move of the dragon. Any move until there's a condition that makes them unpopular, you have a -1 to all rolls to deal harm to them.
Oh yeah, I don't want to like slash him up anyway.
So this sounds like a shutdown roll to me. Then, if you don't want to do harm.
No, as a character, probably definitely.
Oh, okay. Then hurt.
Oh my god.
Oh damn.
Oh dear gods. So that's an 11. Yeah. Cisco, take 1 harm as these.
That's 13.
No, because you got a -1 from. Oh, that's just a 12 because you get a -1 to your roll. So because of the Draconic Splendor. Yeah, so that you had technically a volatile of 0, but with 12. Yeah. Still, it's and Cisco, you feel the talons rake across your skin, and there's that weird feeling of parts of your flesh that are not used to touching wind, like opened up. I don't know if you ever cut yourself shaving, but it definitely feels like that. And then there's that single drop of blood from each one that sort of trickles down. So yeah, take 1 harm, and if you want to react, you will have to keep your cool.
React in what manner?
Verbally, physically, any manner besides just standing there stunned.
I'll roll to keep my cool. Actually, no. You know what? I think this really came out of left field for Cisco, so he's not going to react.
Yeah. Margot, your friend got slapped.
Yeah. Oh, Margot's definitely going to react. I just want to give space for the reaction from the person who just got slapped.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Margot's totally. I think she's going to jump on top of Cassandra.
Are you lashing out physically?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm terrible at this.
Or are you shutting her down by like you can shut her down by, cat fighting, I guess is the bad term, but
if you want, but I think she's engaging, like lashing out. Like she just saw Cassandra nowhere hurt Cisco, and she's not going to think a whole lot in a rational manner. So yeah,
not a problem. Cool. And I am fine with you attacking the bird.
That's an 8. I've lashed out.
Okay, so you now get to choose from the 3 options of a 7 to 9. I decide how bad the harm is. Cassandra gains a string on you, or you go your darkest self. And it feels a bit too early to go darkest self to me. But
it does. But man, that would be a neat trigger. We haven't seen much about Margot to know the difference of it. She's actually been surprisingly quiet. So I'm going to go with the MC decides how bad the harm turns out, because she just she shrieks out and then jumps on top of Cassandra, and who even knows what's going to happen now.
I think I'm going to be a bit of a dick to Margot. You're a ghost and you're a bit high. You're relying a bit too much on your ghost powers as you jump high into the air to get a perfect pouncing position, and you phase through Cassandra. You do no harm.
I love it.
And you fall face forward on the ground and then solidify, and Cassandra trips and falls onto you.
Ow.
Okay, I'm definitely going to try and help Margot.
No, you don't. Now that an action has taken, you don't need to keep your cool, because you just need to keep your cool until something else happens in the narrative.
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to keep my cool. I was just reacting by saying I'm going to help Margot up.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know that you don't need to worry about keeping your cool.
Great.
So yeah, so Cisco is no longer stunned from the slap, maybe stunned from something else. But yeah, you're helping Margot up.
Yeah. You're muted. Sorry, Rich. You're muted.
Didn't go at all like I planned.
Hey, I don't think any of that went like it was planned. And I just kind of like look over at Cassandra and then just kind of like hold my face and I'm like, you know, I'd ask what that was for, but I don't think I want to stick around to find out.
And Grace chimes in. It's like, fucking bitch. I don't get this. And she's trying to help you help Margot up because Undead Friend Club.
Yay! Let's get out of here, guys.
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with that.
And Sammy's looking at Cassandra kind of interestedly, but
Ooh,
I think like Grace, Cisco, and Margot can walk off for a bit, and we are at again the top of the hour for the last break. I need to use the bathroom myself, so again, let's do a 10-minute break again, and be back 15 after the hour. We will see where this mess takes us.
Sounds good.
That took a far different direction than our last Monster Hearts game.
Did it though?
I think this was like bubbling beneath the surface the entire time our last game too. It's just that I was like a coward and like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds great. And now I'm just like, I don't know what you're getting at. Oh, that's talons to my face. I know what you're getting at now.
I don't know. I was just about to ask you whether you're okay with the directions that the game is going.
No, I mean honestly, right now, it's early. I'm not sure where things are going. It was funny to me because in that moment when you said I want to ask him something, I had like a flashback and I was like, oh, I know exactly where this is going. I've made Cisco single. This was a problem. But no, we'll just see where it goes. And there's always time for like things to change. And I think, because I don't even know how, anyone else is going to react. And with, that's kind of a fun thing. I just didn't want to like necessarily go, oh, this is what's going to happen. I appreciate it in the sense that like right now I feel I have much more control over Cisco and his actions and knowing like he knows quite a bit more about what's going on, and so he's able to kind of have this very calm sense of like breathe, think, and everyone else is like rawr, and he's like, okay.
Also, you're the dragon.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, they probably wouldn't be picking a fight.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of the fun part is that like the automatic move I get is everyone's like, so we can't hurt him as badly as we want to. And I'm like, well, maybe I can just make sure that you don't want to. Like, I'll just be a good person. And I know that Monster Hearts very, very easily goes, right, you can be a good person. how about things go in a very dark direction? And I'm like, well, I always like to play it as if I'm a good person. We'll see. Things can go very, very badly, and I know this.
Just as a player, I want to say that I find that's another of your characters, isn't it? And I find your characters delightfully pushable.
Yeah, well, the fun part about my characters, as anyone will tell you, is that after a bit, they push back.
Oh, and that's great. I'm just thinking that the Cisco can take him and put him here.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you both have the same volatile. But welcome back. Do you guys have a place where you would like to go? And by you guys, I mean Margot, Cisco, and Grace. If you would want to leave it up to me, I would suggest the dorms.
That would have been my suggestion too. It's of the places that we know. It'll at least give me a few minutes to try and put myself back together. Not physically, just emotionally.
Oh God, I noticed you guys were putting pictures up. This is lovely.
And those are just some pictures I threw up from Monster Prom. Feel free to change them. It's just something to get out there.
Oh, I know. It's lovely. I love Monster Prom. It is so fun. But
It's not a game.
it's a
I call it a co-op visual novel. Is the way
I would say like it's like Mario Party but a dating sim.
Oh, and what's Mario Party?
A cooperative like party game, just sort of you get together with people, whoever gets like the most points wins, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And you're like you can compete.
Party game.
Yeah, and like you can compete against.
Minigames, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Monster Prom is about like if Rich and I were playing, like maybe we both wanted to go for the Devil Boy, so we could compete against who gets like the most points to go to prom with the Devil Boy.
Right.
Yeah, it is silly and it is written just gonzo enough for me. I love it. But anyway, so you guys are going to the dorm. Grace is just shrugging and she's kind of stiff, but that's to be expected when it's about time for her like re-greasing anyway. And she opens the door to the dorm and slumps into her desk, pulls out these little bits of WD-40 and starts getting like the pieces of metal on her better situated. What do you two do in the dorm?
I think Margot's going to head over and start helping Grace. Like she's greased her up before, even though she does. Grace doesn't like the joke greasing her up, but are you going to be okay? That looked like a savage hit.
I wasn't expecting that. I should be okay. Probably need to take some time and recuperate or something. I don't know. She just looked at me and then, like, moments later, slashed my face. I have no idea what she saw.
I mean, it's pretty obvious she's into you, so she's probably pissed because you didn't ask her.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Okay. And here I was proclaiming, like, anything can happen, like, and I didn't just, like, come out and be like, hey, so do you want to go? Oh, God, I'm an idiot.
It's okay, sis. It's cool. It's cool, But I'm sure you could. Do you want me to, like, talk to her or something?
And Grace, like, resets a rivet, and it's like, that doesn't sound like a good idea, Margot.
Well, it's not like I actually hit her. I could have.
No.
I was gonna hug her.
I don't think it looked enough like that. No. I'll talk to her at some point. Once I get patched up, because I'd rather not go through that again. Hey, speaking of, Margot, who are you going with?
I don't know. I hadn't. Nobody's asked me, so it's just gonna show up with all the party favors and dance and have a good time. I'm not too worried about it. It's cool.
Do you want to go with me?
What?
Ooh, is that a turn-on roll?
That's an interesting turn
I'd
on.
like it. I'd like it to be. I will.
I think it's a temp with a string.
Ooh,
It could be either.
I could see either one.
I'm gonna roll, and if it goes sideways, I will use a string to help me. Okay. I'm gonna roll for turn someone on.
Good luck.
So that is a 7.
So, Margot, you get to choose the options from the list, or you may give him a string to not choose from the options.
Sis, come on. I mean, this is your big chance. You're gonna be the top dogs next year. You should really throw your lot with somebody who's like popular and stuff.
I don't know if you've noticed, but from what I've gathered, the reason I seem to be popular is because I don't really try to be better than other people. We're all in this situation. We're all different. And you know what? Like, this is the least awkward thing I could think of. I don't need to throw in my lot with someone when I already know someone who's pretty great already.
And Grace chimes in. It's pretty awkward on my end.
Oh, God.
Okay. But if you find somebody better, it's totally cool. They're backsies, and like you can just go, and I'm fine, and it's cool.
Okay. If you're not into it either, you don't have to say yes. Despite the awkwardness, I'm trying to make things not awkward. And if you don't want to, I don't want to make things weird.
Well, that's kind of my specialty, dude.
And Grace groans like, whatever you two want to do, I'm out. Margot, be smart, stay strong, sister. Cisco, she'll probably get you high if you kiss her.
What? Excuse me?
And she leaves.
That's so funny. And it's true. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I'm here if you want me, man, but like you don't have to try or anything. We're just buddies. It's totally cool. Hey,
Yeah,
why don't I find you somebody? I'll find you somebody. Way better.
Margot, it seems that you're having some problems with this. Do you need to keep your cool?
Yeah.
What are you afraid might happen?
I think I'm afraid that I'll just. Oh, did you know if you double click it, it rolls?
What?
or it rotates. If you double click the dice, it rotates. Sorry, I was clicking it and it went wee, but it didn't change, so I think it just rotates. Anyway, what is she afraid of might happen? I think she's afraid that she's just going to try to get herself out of this situation by making this way more awkward, and probably trying to jump his bones.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that would really screw things up.
Yeah, keep your cool.
Okay, you're all selected. I got a 9.
Okay. You can stay chill, and Grace won't tell anybody, but someone else will know, and not someone you want to know. Or you can make this more awkward by running out of this room and finding him someone now.
I'll be right back.
Wait. Oh.
Oh, and she has pieced. But I think it's like the camera like pans down the hall, and like Margot is just nowhere to be seen now, just ghosted, for lack of better terms. And like the camera like pans back to Sammy, sort of giving an appraising eye to Cassandra. You've got some nails, girl.
Am I up yet? Because I think I think someone was on me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Did you get a? I think Sammy's helping you up, and she's telling you you've got some nails, girl.
See what I have to deal with. Savages.
To be fair, Margot's got no class. I mean, she gets great supplies. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten some kick-ass reagents from her stash. Don't want to know what she was doing with Monkey Paw, but hey, and but it's not. You're much classier than a lot of people here.
Finally. Thank you.
No problem. And she like tries to reach up to like put a strand of your hair behind your ear.
Okay.
You allow it?
Yes, but with suspicion.
And yeah, she grins and like, so we share a room, and you seem to have pretty good control of your space. Like, do you need some warding done?
Okay, I'm getting um, um, a weird vibe here. What are you really after?
Look, besides Cisco, and don't get me wrong, he's cool in like an Andy Griffith, Mr. Rogers kind of nice way, but of our room, you and I are like the only two interesting people. And I think we should do something like combine our powers, have some clout. I mean, you're a kick-ass bird lady, and I have magic. We can go places.
So is this a business proposition? Are you coming from a different place?
Well, I mean, I'm not asking you to prom or anything, but there's a coffee house we could go to and talk more about this.
I suppose we could. But just just to clear the air. Honesty will get you far, girl.
Did you say honesty will get you far?
Yes.
And she chuckles. I was like, I'm not going to lie to you. But, Will, I think I'm not trying to scam you or anything. I'm not one of those witches. But there's potential in our power, and okay, I'll be honest. You're hot.
Cassandra this doesn't affect her much. But she reaches out and grabs Sammy's hand and says, look, whether I'm hot or not is one matter. And of course, we do have a lot of capital here. But I could actually use a friend. So let's start with that, shall we?
And she looks down, and you can see she's disappointed in that teenage way of course, this is supposed to go faster or supposed to go better. I guess the friend side couldn't hurt. I could use a few more of those myself. And I think as a
Oh, and
you
yeah.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, just from the back, from this window, we see Margot running down the hallway, but she does not interact in the scene any other way.
Okay, I pushed Sammy out. You can still bang.
And Sammy smiles at that. I was like, okay, friends with benefits, definitely a step up. And
See?
yeah, and just so we don't get too far ahead of you, Margot, is there a scene you want to frame for yourself because you've not had much screen time?
Why all that screen time with Cisco and the weird awkwardness, but I think it could be fun if I think if she ran into Stripe somewhere.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, and I think you ran out, you're outside in the smoking area, of course, because this is some kids just normally belch smoke. Others, sometimes when you're a fae, age is weird. But yeah, and you catch Stripe under this really large sun parasol, and you don't know if he's one of those that catches fire and is being extra stupid, or just likes being that pale romantic type of vampire, because he is definitely Twilight fodder, very lanky, skinny jeans, hipster pyre, and he has this thin cigarello in his mouth and takes a drag, and you're running by, and he sticks out a foot to trip you, and you stop right in front of the foot.
Rude much?
You could phase right through it, girl.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I was just testing. Hey, what are you smoking? Just
This is an exotic blend of crushed Kona bean mixed with Perique tobacco that is harvested in New Guinea by it. And he looks at your face like it's a fancy cigarello.
sweet. You can have a hit.
Do you have lungs?
I used to. I mean, I can draw things into. I can solidify. Come on, can I have a hit?
And like you see, like there's a moment where he's like about to make a joke about a dead person smoking until he realizes he's a dead person smoking, and hands over the cigarillo.
Nice. Margot focuses to kind of sort of solidify and draws it in. Little bits of it kind of waft out of her, but most of it stays in her corpus. She doesn't cough though.
And he's giving you this strange look, like, nice. You're like a freaky lamp. And he's just looking at the smoke do spirals in your body.
She looks down. Wow. Okay, I should totally pull this off at parties, right?
You know, with the right kind of herbs, you might be even able to color the smoke or light behind you.
Oh my god. I could be like a disco ball.
And he motions for the cigarillo back.
Right.
And he draws it in. It's like, so I would ask why you're out here, but that's stupid. Why are you in such a rush?
Oh, well, I just totally ran away from an awkward situation to save the other person's feelings. You know.
Did you make someone cry?
No, that's Cassandra's department. Just somebody asked me to prom, and I didn't want to be their safety blanket.
Oh, honey. Do you think you can be anything better?
Well, no, but I mean, he hasn't even tried to find somebody that he'd be really happy with. So
Exactly. I mean, I think you did the right thing. On a scale of 1 to 5, you're a good 6.5, but I mean, you're no Cassandra. You're no Houghton. You're no Duke. You're not even Prudence.
I know, right? And he totally didn't get that. I tried to convince him, like, hey, you shouldn't throw your.
Who was it?
I don't think that's a good idea. I know whose pocket you're in.
I'm in no one's pocket, dear. I am a centuries-year-old vampire who is the master of Loftvaria in New York City. This is the premier studio apartment loft rental. And I earned it myself. I did not get it through nepotism. Well, you always do this. You bring out the weird shit.
Uh-huh.
He takes a long, deep, sort of depressing drag. And are you even going to go to prom with someone? Do you have an idea of who you want to ask out?
I hadn't considered it. I mean, it's months away, right?
It's not that far off. I mean, you were at the pep rally, right? It's coming up at the end of the semester.
That's forever. I mean, seriously. It's everybody freaking out, right? Not that big a deal. It's fine.
It's prom. It's a big deal here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I get it. All right. So I'm probably just going to go. I mean, what's the value in going with one person? I'm not really a one person kind of girl, right?
You want to go by yourself then?
Yup.
That's stupid.
Well, wait. I thought that was kind of cool.
No. No one showing up by themselves is cool. I mean, we have only a limited number of people here. If you have, like, at least get a friend to be a pity date.
Okay, well then, if there's somebody who doesn't have a date, I'll just go with them, and that way they can have a good time. Thanks, that's helpful. Totally.
And he like looks at the last hit of the cigarillo and just almost sadly offers it to Margot.
Sweet. She takes in another hit, all the way down. She little kind of does that little crackling sound, right? And then she tries to hold it in as long as she can. She doesn't exactly have to breathe, so probably a while, maybe to the point where he gets bored, but she's still fascinated.
Yeah, I think like when you finish the thing off, he just sort of tisks and walks off with his shade that he has been throwing plentifully.
Cool, thanks. That was surprisingly helpful.
If you can find wisdom in my words, it is but my duty to do it to such new neophyte people. He goes on. He's like H.P. Lovecraft using adjectives that he should not. Like there are lesser words to use.
She looks for not too long for a little while, but eventually trails off and keeps nodding at inappropriate points. But yeah. Okay, cool. Great. So, wait, who are you going with? I totally didn't ask.
Well, I haven't decided yet.
Nobody's asked you? I'm sorry.
We only heard about prom today, and I'm patient. I can find someone, I'm sure. Yes, Cassandra?
Is it a good time for Stripe to get a text from Cassandra?
Oh, it is never a good time, but I will allow it.
So I think he gets a text from Cassandra saying, "I want you to ask Alton to prom."
And he gets this text.
And then another one, "Please." But it's as cold as any please.
Yeah, it's like there's got to be like some kind of emoji that comes with this, like a cross emoji or something. And he looks down and is like, "Oh, I guess I have a date."
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I get to go with the goody two shoes.
You're going with Prue?
No, that's the boring two shoes.
Oh.
Alton, that straight-laced jock.
Oh, he is adorable, though. Like, seriously, good choice. All via text? Nice. Nice.
Yeah, all via tech. Are you shutting him down, or do you want to?
If she is, she didn't mean it.
Yeah, like, this is definitely like a cutesy shit. Like, oh, you're so lucky. Like, looks down at marching orders.
Yeah, should I roll it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it if you'd like. I do not want to.
I just rolled an 11. I just shut the crap out of him. I'm so sorry. I want to string on Stripe because he doesn't have any on me.
Take one.
Sweet Stripe, you.
And Stripe like sort of like slinks off now, more Renfield like, as he's gotten his orders from Cassandra.
A vampire version of Renfield. That's delightful.
It's great.
Who's Renfield?
He's like the creepy servitor of Dracula in some movies. He's the one that eats insects, and some of them. He's kind of like an Igor figure, if you know that thing. And Uh, Cisco, are you going to the school nurse? Are you tending to your wounded face or your wounded heart?
I should tend to my wounded face first. And maybe along the way I'll tend to my wounded heart. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use Bring Me the Princess, and on my way to the nurse, I'd like to run into Duke.
Oh, yeah, you can call for Duke's attention and Duke's time. That is
Yep.
perfectly fine. Yeah. I think you like you get to the nurse's office and Duke has like this entire cardboard box full of medical like just like gauze, alcohol, swabs, and he has his like big floofy tail just wagging back and forth, good boy mode. And the nurse is a very solemn looking, oh, let's say nymph. Like this is a nymph that like instead of living in trees and frolicking with fawns, went to medical school and got beaten down like fuck. Like she looks kind of haggard. There is a beauty to her, but she's like she's that Jim in the rough kind of nymph beauty.
Okay.
And she's just pointing out like where to place the box, and Duke is like I did good, like putting stuff up where it's supposed to go.
Hey, Duke.
And Duke turns around, hey Cisco.
You're in a good mood.
Well, prom was announced today. I'm the first up for vote on prom king. If they see your name first and they don't read anyone else's name, they're probably going to vote for you. And he leaves out like the apathy of they read no one else's name.
Why would they read no one else's name?
Because I'm the best good boy.
Oh my god. Okay, you. Oh, Duke. Duke.
And I think the nurse comes over and like every move is poetry. It is kind of slam poetry, but it's still graceful.
Oh,
And
that's great.
she like takes your head, turns your cheek a bit. Mm. Duke, some of the iodine, please. And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't have hydrogen peroxide right now. We've ran out, and Duke has been helping me stock. And Duke just hands it out and looks all proud of himself. Like, thank you, Duke. And she swabs it, starts getting into your cuts. And Duke's smiling, looks at your face. It's like, oh, that looks nasty. Did you chase your shadow into a wall too?
Nah, something a little sharper than that.
Not the porch door. That is the worst.
Oh, Duke, no. My face was introduced to Cassandra's talons.
Oh, bro. Do you think she puts poison in her nail polish? I saw that in an anime. And that would be wicked, and Cassandra's wicked. And I think the nurse looks at there are flecks of paint, but I can tell there's no traces of poison, Duke. Ah, oh, sick. Well, good sick, but
I get it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
And Duke's tail is wagging a bit slower, and he's like, "Should I put stuff back up now, nurse?" And she nods, and he turns around, tail wagging, Gauze goes with the gauze. Iodine goes over here.
I'm trying to think of the best way to be able to sit there an extra moment for when the nurse is gone so I don't have to make things awkward.
Do you want to use Bring Me the Princess to ask for time alone with Duke?
Yes, that sounds like a great... I just didn't want to overuse that move.
I think that since you asked for Duke's time, you can make tweaks to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the nurse just looks like, we don't have the right face bandages, and Duke doesn't have the key to that. I'll be right back. You two stay here. Duke, no wandering off. No. And she leaves. And Duke just sort of stands there and looks at Cisco like, wow. I mean, do you think you're going to be prom king? I'd really like to be prom king. But I mean, Outen and you would make good prom kings, but I think my parents would be really pissed if I didn't get it.
So I think I'm sitting on this bed and I'm just going to like kind of pat the seat next to me and I go, Duke, get over here a bit.
And he flops down. Like, there is no subtlety here. It's just like, dog.
Oh. Duke, why do you want to be prom king so badly?
My dad was prom king and my mom was prom queen. And it was their senior year, and they said that was like one of the best times of their life. And my dad says if I'm prom king at school, I might become alpha at the pack when I go home.
Okay, but outside of that, why do you want it?
I just told you.
Duke, just...
I just want people to like me. And I want to be a good boy. And the rest of the pack thinks I'm okay. And
I'm going to put my... Go ahead.
Here people like me. And I don't get good grades, but my parents aren't around to yell at me for that. And I'm allowed to run on this field and catch things, and I do good. And people tell me I do, and I'd like a memory of that at least.
I'm going to put an arm on his shoulder and just say, Duke, take this however you want. You are a good boy. Just... There's no extras to that. You are good. You don't need something else.
I am? Roll to turn him on if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do I feel like this is Jupiter ascending?
Oh no, why would you do that to me? Oh man, and that's a 10.
Okay, gain a string, and you know what? Duke knows exactly how far away the nurse has to go to get her supplies, and it is close, like the end of the session. If you want, he's going to give himself to you.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, so door closes, fade to black, read off your sex move.
Okay. When you have sex, the person you were with gains a string on you. If they tell someone else, you mark experience.
Oh, and this is not going to backfire with Margot at all.
I mean, out of character, we're friends. I don't know what is going to happen. And this is also, yeah. No, I think what's really going to backfire is that I think afterwards, yeah, I think Cisco's going to ask if anyone has asked Duke.
I think I'd like. Well, yeah, I think Duke will say no, and your
Okay.
next question may end the session. So yeah, what is your? Are you going to ask him anything?
I think we'll just.
Or do you want to
Yeah.
let it hang? I mean, either way.
Can I ask the question and let it hang?
Yes.
Cool. Screw it. You want to go together?
Credits. Thank you for anyone who has joined us. I'm going to stop the broadcast, do some debrief with these players, and see how things are shaking up. And I'm going to, of course, have to keep notes. Bye, every binary. Thanks for joining us.